What's up, MS Gym Nation? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Motivation Monday. So, before I get into our motivation jam today, I just kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about some housekeeping stuff. Okay. So, for the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've been paying attention to Motivation Monday and the feedback or the results or the interaction of this community. And I'm at a place, and Ken and I are at a place of kind of assessing and reassessing, and we're always evaluating how to be the most effective, how to be the most efficient, how to deliver things in the way that is most beneficial for everybody. And I'm trying to find the best place and trying to figure out the best place for Motivation Monday stuff. Because I'm going to be real honest with you guys, like the past 3 or 4 weeks, the interaction that I've been seeing on these Motivation Mondays are from a lot of people who are already members, are people who are already in the membership of the MS Gym. And I don't care if you're in the membership or not. It's not about that right now. What I'm noticing is that the people that are commenting the most and interacting the most are the ones that are here. They're the ones that are already in the membership. They're already all in. They've already been taking action, which is really cool. But honestly, I'm seeing the same faces show up Monday after Monday after Monday, and I'm not seeing a lot of you guys in the free Facebook group that are maybe just kind of hanging out, that are quote unquote lurking, that are just absorbing content, that are trying to figure out if what your level of commitment is and what your level of movement is and all that kind of stuff. I'm not seeing a lot of interaction from you guys. And so I'm trying to figure out, there's a place for Motivation Monday, those aren't going anywhere. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put them. Would they be more effective in the Rise page so that you guys can share with people? Would they be more effective if I put them in the members corner because the members are just avid and hungry, ready for more? Or are they beneficial here, right? Are they beneficial in this free Facebook group? So what I need you guys to do when I get into this Motivation Monday, if you are someone who is not in the membership, okay? You are not paying me for anything. You're a member of this free Facebook group. If you are finding value out of Motivation Monday, I need you to write the word yes in a comment. If you are a member of the MS Gym, do not write yes, okay? If you are not a member of the MS, if you are not in the membership, write yes, okay? Because what I'm trying to see here is, where am I going to be most effective delivering this? Because I love doing Motivation Mondays. In fact, I've done over 70 of these, I think in almost 2 years. Actually, it's probably more than that. It's close to 90. So in almost 2 years of being in existence, which next month will be our 2-year anniversary, I've missed 3 Motivation Mondays. 3 out of 104 weeks. But I just need to know where we're effective. Because real honestly, you guys, I'm going to be super honest with you. We just went over, or we're approaching 19,000 people in this Facebook group, yet I'm seeing 60 comments on a Motivation Monday. And I would say 90% of those are from people in my membership. So they already get it. They're already all in. They're already getting fired up and they're doing their thing and they're moving every day and everything else. So they are motivated. And I love hearing from them. I love hearing from you members. But I also want to hear from people who are not in the membership. That's why I keep doing Motivation Mondays in this free Facebook group to get you guys inundated into what this is all about, what we're about, so that you can make the next right move, the next informed move for your movement practice, for your healing. So members, I love you to pieces. If you're in here, comment away, do your thing, be pumped up, get excited. If you are not in the membership, meaning you are not paying me for anything, I would like you to write the word yes if you are finding value out of these Motivation Mondays. There we go. That's housekeeping. Now we get into it. All right? Switch gears. So, today we're going to continue on our MS Gym Warriors versus MS Gym Worriers series. Now, we've been working through this for the past 5 or 6 weeks, and I think people are getting a lot out of it. At least I hope you are. Okay? The comments that I have seen are great. The comments that I have seen inspire me. The comments that I have seen let me know that I'm making an impact, right? And you guys are getting impacted. And it's helping you clear the mental trash out of your head so that you can make the next informed decision, so that you can make the right decisions for you, your treatment, your advocacy, and your movement practice. So today, what I want to talk about is the concept that MS Gym Warriors expect breakthrough. MS Worriers expect breakdown. So when you think of the word breakthrough, like how does that make you feel? Like sit in that for a second. So when you think of the word breakthrough, how does that make you feel? What does that mean to you? How does it viscerally make you feel? What emotions arise from the word breakthrough? Because I've asked this question over the past probably month to a lot of people, and I've gotten a myriad of answers. Myriad of answers. So let me give you some of my examples from my personal examples while you think about that, right? So a breakthrough from a financial standpoint could mean that you reach that point where you are finally out of debt, where you paid off your student loans, you paid off some bad business decisions, you paid off back taxes, you paid off a car, you paid off some of the financial mistakes that you made in the past, and you held yourself accountable to that. That might be a breakthrough. You might get to that point where you finally cross that barrier that this year you are actually profitable in your business and you can pay taxes on time instead of always asking for an extension. Okay? This year is the first time that's ever happened for Misty and I. We had a breakthrough. Maritally, right? Your marriage, if you're married, or if you're in a serious committed relationship. Like you guys, there's points in your life where you just don't vibe, right? You're just disagreeing about something. You don't see eye to eye on something. You're debating something. You have different views on something, and it's causing you, instead of being aligned, you're just offset. And, there's constantly this battle, and we all know that everything comes down to communication. Well, when you finally get to that point where you sit down without the kids distracting you, or your MS distracting you, or parents or family or jobs or whatever distracting you, and you finally get a moment alone and you have one of those talks where you finally hear each other out, you finally hear each other, and you finally come and find some common ground where I understand you, you understand me, and it's like, oh my gosh, now we can move forward. It's not perfect. We got some work to do. We got some things to mend, but at least we know where each other stand. We're on the same page, and now we're working together towards forward momentum instead of playing tug of war. That could be a breakthrough. Same thing with relationships, friendships, parent to child, relationships, kind of all the same thing. Business-wise, you could have a breakthrough. Okay, all of a sudden, you found the right idea, you found the right people, you found the right model, you found the right whatever, and all of a sudden, you just find it. You find what you're supposed to do. You may find your purpose, and that might be a breakthrough. You're like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing. I never realized this is what I want to do with my life, but I love it. I want to keep doing that. That's a breakthrough. Physically, your body is doing things, and when you have a breakthrough, your body starts doing things that it once could and couldn't, and now it can, or your body's doing stuff brand new that it's never done before. That's a breakthrough. But I got to ask you guys something, like, is that breakthrough immediate? Is that breakthrough instant? Is that breakthrough short term? 99% of the time, it's not. 99% of the time, breakthroughs happen after a process, after a long time of living, of applying information and knowledge to gain wisdom, and then applying that wisdom and continually moving forward and continually learning and growing and developing and trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and then succeeding and trying and then succeeding and trying and failing and then trying and succeeding again. Breakthrough usually follows a long process of trial, error, success, failure, heartbreak, heart elevation, victory, defeat. It follows a long period of staying committed to something, and you finally break through. Because if you really think about the word breakthrough, like breakthroughs are not easy. There's nothing easy about a breakthrough. See, the thing is about a breakthrough, if you think about the word itself, break through. If you're going to break through that wall, you're going to have to know where to go through the wall. Otherwise, you're going to hit a stud and it's not going to feel good. So you got to know the best place to break through that wall. The second thing is you know it's going to require energy, effort, and force to break through that wall. Because that wall's been standing there. That wall wants to keep standing there. And for you to break through it, you have to overcome that wall's desire to stay where it's at. So it requires effort. And you're also going to have to have the mental belief that you can run through that wall and not break your entire body. So it requires belief. So breakthrough requires effort, force, belief, conviction, and direction. Because I can't break through that wall if I'm running that direction, can I? You have to know what wall you're actually going through. You have to know what that wall looks like in order to break through it. See, the thing is with a breakthrough, the reason why it's hard is because in order for you to break through, you have to overcome your crisis of belief. In order for me to truly, if I was just going to take off and run through that wall, I'd have to overcome a lot of fear and a lot of doubt and a lot of like, oh my gosh, this is really going to hurt. Where do I go through it? Should I do this? Should I not? Am I going to get injured? Am I not? Like, is this even going to work? Am I not? Like, there's this moment where you have to overcome that crisis of belief or that belief, that disbelief in order to make it happen. That's why breakthrough's so hard. So the thing is that MS Gym Warriors, we expect breakthrough because we are seeking breakthrough, whereas MS Worriers expect breakdown. See, MS Worriors look at all the failures that they've had in the past. They look at all the people that said, see, I told you so, you shouldn't have tried it, I knew you were going to fail. MS Worriors look in the past and they see all the people that left them that made them feel worthless. They see all the broken relationships and forgotten friendships and forgotten marriages and forgotten kid-parent relationships because you feel like people saw you as less than a human being and broken and not worth staying, and they left you. So you feel rejection. You feel less than. So MS Worriors always focus on the failures of the past as that's what they use for familiarity. That's what they use to feel comfort. That's what they use for a basis of experience. Meaning that because of the junk in my past, the bad past experiences, I know that today's not going to be so great, and tomorrow's probably going to be even harder. Let me say that again. MS Worriors focus on the failures of the past, therefore the present assessment is not that great, and future vision doesn't really exist. You kind of get in that mode of, well, this is the best I got. Well, I guess this is the best it'll ever going to be. Well, MS is going to keep progressing, so I might as well count my lucky stars today because it's probably going to be worse tomorrow. It's definitely going to be worse in a year. And 5 years down the road, like I may as well just kind of start packing it in and start looking at assisted living homes. Right? But see, MS Gym Warriors, we prepare to break down that wall. MS Worriers build walls around themselves to keep themselves protected. Even if those walls bring them more misery, more discomfort, more confusion, and more stress, more despair, and more discouragement, at least the four walls are safe, predictable. Nobody can get in unless I let them in. But MS Gym Warriors, we're ready to take this bad boy out. We're ready to charge full steam through that wall. And the thing is that MS Gym Warriors, we have a plan, we have guidance, which gives us strategy, and we have relationships and community that give us belief. So that when we are ready to break through this wall, we want to get out of these four walls that have been built around us, that we've built around ourselves, and we want to see what's on the other side of that wall. Dangerous or not, it doesn't even matter. But we set up a plan, we set up a strategy, we go through the process, we go through the technique, and we go through the mindset and the belief building activities to say, I can break through that wall. I can break through that wall. I expect to break through that wall, and I'm going to figure out how to do it. Yes, it's going to require effort. Yes, it may hurt for a second. But when I finally break through that wall, oh my gosh, how strong am I going to feel? How good am I going to feel? How empowered am I going to feel? So the next question I have to ask you is, so how do you view obstacles, challenges, and setbacks that enter your path? How do you view them? Do you view them as opportunities, or do you view them as opposition? Do you view challenges as opportunities, or do you view them as opposition? Do you see challenges, setbacks, and obstacles as opportunities to learn, grow better, challenge yourself, and continue to see what you're made of, even if it comes in the face of multiple failures? Or do you run and hide and say, you know what, that's too much of an opposition for me. I'm going to go sit in my four walls, and I don't want to have anything else happen to me. I don't want to be challenged with anything else. I've had as much as I can handle. I can't do it anymore. So how do you view obstacles? Are they an opportunity for growth, or are they opposition to defeat you? And how you look at obstacles, at setbacks, at challenges in your life has a direct correlation to how you design your life, how you look a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, how your family looks, how your health looks, possibly how your finances look, how your job looks, how your community looks, how your overall disposition, joy, contentment, and enjoyment of life looks. There is a direct correlation between how you view obstacles. And an MS Jim warrior is courageous. And I love this quote by Franklin Roosevelt. He says that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the assessment, meaning you look at the whole picture, that something else is greater than fear. And for us in the MS Gym, that life by design, that designed lifestyle, that counteracting MS, having a future with choice and a future with decisions and memories and family time and all that kind of stuff, like that decision and that life by design, that vision for our lives is greater than fear. And that helps us step forward while still being afraid. It still helps drive us forward. That vision for our life still helps drive us forward to that next step or that next wheel or that next attempt to stand up all the way and stand for 10 seconds this time instead of 5. That drive comes from courage and expecting, seeking, pursuing, and running down breakthroughs. So when people ask me, well, like, I get it, I hear what you're saying, every time I try to start something new, it's like all this negative stuff comes back, and this doubt gets in my head, and these conversations get in my head. And I always ask them, I'm like, okay, well, let's start with this, right? I know that we don't want to focus in the past on the negative, but your past and your story can be one of those powerful things that you can use to drive yourself forward and also to inspire others. So I have to ask you this question. When you look back in your past, I don't want you to think about what has taken me out, but I want you to think about what have you already overcome. Like you're watching me right now here today, and you've obviously had MS for more than 5 minutes. So what physical challenges have you overcome or managed or even lived with, or survived with. Even surviving with foot drop, surviving with peg leg, surviving with a leaky bladder. That says a lot. The fact that you have MS and you got diagnosed and you didn't quit and you didn't give up, and you're watching this right now, that is a victory. So what else have you overcome? Have you overcome somebody leaving you and still found happiness in life? Have you overcome the doubts and the fears of, am I actually going to live another day? Do I want to live another day? And choosing yes. That's a victory. Have you overcome the embarrassment of having an MS gait pattern and just kind of put everybody else's opinions to the side, and now you're out there walking and doing your thing, regardless of whether you look drunk or you look injured or you look lost or you look like you're about to fall down, you're still out there practicing. Like, that's a victory. The movement practice that you did yesterday is a victory. You overcame the MS symptoms and you still moved. You believed. How many times have you tuned in to Motivation Monday? If it's more than once, if it's more than you just being here for the first time yourself, that's a victory because you keep wanting to be fed. How many emails have you read? You keep wanting to be fed. How many exercises have you tried? You keep seeking ways to find it. You're not giving up. That's a victory. And when you constantly dig and you constantly drive and you constantly put out the effort, the discipline, the belief, the action, you're moving towards a breakthrough. But when a breakdown throws you way off course, you move backwards from that breakthrough. Now you are going to have some 3 steps forward, 2 steps back days, weeks, months. You are going to have a 1 step forward, 1 step back day, week. You are going to have 5 steps forward and maybe 2 steps back, but that's a net of 3. You made 3 steps forward. If you took 5 and you fell back 2, you still made 3 steps forward. That's a victory. So what have you overcome? How has movement helped you? How has mindset helped you? How have education helped you? How has tapping into this community helped you? When you think about those things, the good things, the truthful things, instead of the lies and the discouragement and the darkness, you think about the goodness and the light and the positivity. Those are breakthroughs. Those are breakthroughs. And they're leading you to your next breakthrough. Because little breakthroughs add on to make big breakthroughs. Just like small victories add up to make big victories. So think back, like, what have you already overcome? And I have to ask you, like, what's your story? Because you're all still here. You're all watching this. And I don't mean to sound morbid or disrespectful at any means, but you haven't taken the easy way out and committed suicide. Or just sat in your house and just said, screw it, I'm just going to watch TV for the rest of my life until I die. You guys are trying. You guys are hoping. You guys are moving. You guys are tuning in. You guys are seeking out information. Therefore, you are moving towards a breakthrough. So what's your story? What have you overcome in the past? What have you overcome today? And what is your vision of what you will overcome tomorrow, next week, next year, 5 years from now? Because if you have that vision and you have that purpose and you have that drive and you have that direction and you have that clarity, those eyes of fire, right? Clear eyes. Then you can get there. And here's the really cool part, and I kind of want to end on this, is when you seek, pursue, and run down breakthrough, you have clear eyes, then you have a full heart, and you can't lose. So for yourself, when you have that vision and you constantly are going towards that vision, it's going to help you get through the rough days, and it is going to help you celebrate the good days even more. You're going to build inside of yourself an internal testimony, an internal dialogue, and you're going to be very aware of your self-narrative. You're literally writing an autobiography of victory. But as you tell your autobiographical tale along the way to other people, guess what you do as a byproduct? You help them. every breakthrough that you accomplish, and then go and share with the MS Gym community or whatever other community you're involved with, every breakthrough that you share with a family member, whether they hear you or not, every breakthrough that you share with a physician or a therapist, whether they hear you or not, that is a declaration of victory out of your mouth, which gives those words life. You declaring victory and you declaring and telling your breakthrough story, that is a declaration of victory that gains life in your life. Those words put life into your soul, and that positive feedback cycle keeps you moving towards your next breakthrough. And when you share it with people who listen, who are eager, who want to hear you and are ready to hear you, guess what that breakthrough does for them? It ignites their heart. It ignites their heart, their belief, their hope. It starts to calm down the noise up here, and it starts to turn up that volume of like, maybe this can happen for me. Maybe this can happen for me. Maybe this can happen for me. Like Julie just did it. She's one of my best friends, and I watched her walk through this, and I know I've been sitting back, but I just wanted to watch her, and now that she's having all these victories, she's where I was. I know I kind of sat back and procrastinated, but now Julie's doing it, and she wants me to come with her, and now maybe she can show me how to do it. Boom, you take that first step. Boom, then you take that second step. Boom, then you take that third step. And remember what I always said. If you can walk 3 steps, you can walk 30. And if you can walk 30, you can walk 300. It's just, you haven't started yet. So the difference between you and Julie is time, action, commitment, dedication, and vision. That's it. So you need to decide. You need to decide if your life is centered around seeking down, pursuing, and expecting breakthrough because you have a plan, you have a coach, you have a community, and you have proof that the MS Gym works, that this plan works, that this path works. And you should expect breakthrough at some point. No time limits, no expectation of time limits, but that the only expectation is that you show up every day, you move every day to the best of your ability, you believe every day to the best of your ability, and you think and you reflect and you just take this all in to the best of your ability today without worrying about tomorrow. Because the other alternative, you guys, on this side of the coin is you're an MS warrior and all you expect are breakdowns because you don't know any different. Your life has been full of disappointment. Your life has been full of bummer moments. Your life has been full of just high expectations that are not met. Your life has been full of just people saying, I don't even know why you're trying. So come over here. Come over here. Come with us, right? Come with us. Because you only have 2 choices in this life. Either you're going to live with expectancy or you're going to live with disappointment. You're going to live with expectancy, good expectancy of breakthrough, or you're going to live with the disappointment and opposition of breakdown. That's it. Those are your choices. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. I really would like you to focus on those questions, like what does the word breakthrough mean to you? What would a breakthrough in your world look like for you? What would that look like? What would a breakthrough look like for you? What does that mean to you? How would you know you had a breakthrough? Whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationally, whatever it is. And then you got to ask yourself the question of how do I view obstacles, challenges, setbacks? What does that do to me? Does it take me out? Or does it kind of bum me out for 24 hours? I have a pity party, and then it's like you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you're like, it's not getting me again. I'm going to beat it this time. What did I do wrong? How can I get better? The 4th question is look back in your past and look at your story. What's your story? What have you already overcome? Look for those victories. Because you guys are amazing people, and I know you have them. What have you overcome, and what's your story? And then the last question is there any victory that I've had that I could share with this MS Gym community that could potentially help inspire, guide, lead, or motivate another MS athlete. Because that's really, at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. That's why I'm here. I'm here to report victories to you. I'm first of all here to coach you, guide you, motivate you, and give you the right tools. I'm then, my other job is when people have victories, to bring those victories to you, to show you guys that this stuff works, and then tell you why it worked, how it worked, and what made it possible for that person to see it work, and then guide you guys to that point. And that's my job as your coach. So again, you guys, I love you. I thank you for being here. I'm super excited. And as I said at the beginning, I just want to know where these motivation segments are going to be the most effective. And so if you feel like you're getting value out of these and you are not a paying member of the membership, I would like you to write the word yes in the comment. If you are a member of the MS Gym, meaning you are in the membership and paying for it, do not write yes. Got it? Okay. Because I just want to assess where we're going from here. Like I said, we always assess, we always create plans, we always have this expectancy. Well, I need to know where to put my efforts, my time, my energy, and where I'm needed the most. Because honestly, like I can guess where I'm needed the most, but unless you guys tell me where I'm needed the most, I don't know. And I want to be where you guys are. I don't want you to come to where I'm at. I want to come to where you are and help you the best that I can. So, please help me out. Please help a brother out. Let me know. Write yes if you find value out of these. If you're a member, comment away and have fun. Just do not write the word yes. Okay? I love you guys. Thanks for being here today. I hope this helped. I'll talk to you later.